Do you want to see how I go from this, or would you rather your makeup look like this? Hi, my name is Darlene, and on this channel, I help midlife women feel and look their best with effortless tips and tricks when it comes to makeup and skincare. We talk a little bit about fashion and a lot about entrepreneurship. So if this is your first time, thank you so much for showing up. If you are my day ones, thank you also for always coming back. And y'all, I am so excited to show you how I did this beautiful spring, fresh, effortless. I hope it's effortless to you. Look, I can't wait to show you. So today it's all about me showing you how to use your fingers for some of these products, because you know what? In the summertime, less is more. And so if I can show you how to do that, how to just cover up certain little areas, how to just get that still pretty, flawless look, but using fresher pastel colors, that's what I want to do. So if this is something that you're interested in, keep watching. So today I'm going softer, lighter, fresher to show you how to do a fresh spring look with one cream blush, y'all, that I absolutely love. And I'm going to show you how to use that on multiple parts of your face so that you have a very seamless, beautiful springtime look that you can wear all spring and summer long. Okay, so I'm all moisturized. So first things first, I've got a little bit of discoloration right here because of my glasses. So I'm gonna be using the MAC Corrector palette in Deep, and I'm gonna be using the color right here at the bottom to just cover that up first, okay, before we get into the foundation. So I'm just simply using my fingers and just tapping it ever so slightly on top. This works magic, you guys. I've talked about it before. I absolutely love it. Little bit goes a long way. And voila, covered. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to foundation. My foundation of choice as I transition season right now is the Luminous Silk Foundation by Giorgio Armani. And the color I'm using is 8.5. I'm gonna pump maybe 2 pumps on the back of my hand. I'm gonna use my damp beauty blender. And I'm just gonna start at the jawline and tap my way up. The reason I chose this is because it gives me medium coverage, but it's really the formula that it's really in the name, Luminous Silk. It still gives me that luminous look that I'm looking for, which is still dewy because I'm dry, but it's really for all skin types. When I used to work for Giorgio Armani, this was something that I really could use on anyone. It didn't matter if you were even a little bit oily, because then you would just simply set it with a powder anyway. Now, still fresh, clean, pretty. Now we're gonna move on to concealer. And my 2 concealers of choice, I'm kind of into 2 concealers, you guys, right now. I'm using Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer by Too Faced. And the color I'm using is Warm Sand. But then I'm also going to use another one by Too Faced. And this is the Born This Way flawless. Ciao. I'm going to just show it to you, and I'll put everything in the description. Y'all know I don't have my glasses. I don't have my glasses on, but this is how it looks. And this color is called Honey Bun. So we're going to put a little bit right from the wand here, and a little bit here. Same here. I'm going to put a little bit more in here. I really want to make this easy for you guys. There. Here. Here. And a little bit on the chin. Okay. Then I'm going to take my Real Technique setting brush, and I'm going to start to blend this out. I like to start at the edges and work my way out. I can already tell this is going to be so cute. Oh, it's going to be cute. You can see it's already blending out beautifully. Because why? A little bit goes a long way. Okay, now I'm gonna let this sit here just for a little while. I'm not gonna blend that completely out yet. But let's address the elephant in the room. I know you're trying to figure out why does she have on this scarf? Of course, I'm gonna take it off when I'm all done, but y'all, if you've been following me, you know that I am on this journey with my hair, with this gray hair, and I'm really trying to embrace it, grow it out. I'm just trying to see if this is something that I want to do. So I finally got my hair done, y'all, and I'm so excited, and I just wanted to wait until the end so I can show you guys what my stylist came up with as I'm growing this gray out. So that's why I have the scarf on. Though you probably already saw it in the intro, but I'm just so excited to just see the whole look together, because I just don't know what I'm gonna do with my hair, and I really wanted to do this spring look because it is certainly spring. And when you have a lot of times when you have a new hair color, you've got to make adjustments with your makeup as well. So this is good for me too, y'all. Okay, so back to makeup. So now I'm gonna take Juvia's Place. I think it's called Tunisia, and it's a foundation. It's a foundation stick. Now I'm just going to use a brush to apply a little bit of this, not a whole lot. I'm using this Morphe E47 brush, and it is a contour brush. I'm just going to use it to apply a little bit there, a little bit there. Y'all, you see I'm not using a lot. Down the side of my highlight on both sides. Here. And then just a little bit on the forehead. Keeping it easy for you. Let me add a little bit of my second concealer, because I want this to pop a little bit more in my corner, and as you can see, it's a little bit lighter. Okay, now I want you to take, at this point, this On Till Done setting spray, and I want you to go ahead and spray and then blend, okay? Because doing this first setting spray process is really gonna help your foundation, concealer, all of that really adhere to your skin, set in place, not move now that we're moving into the warmer months. Go ahead and pick up that brush, start to blend it out. That just gave it a little bit more pop, which is great. And then I'm taking my beauty blender, and I'm just gonna go ahead and begin to blend the contour back into my hairline. Blending it here, just tapping it in place. Not moving it. And then I'm gonna take a separate brush, just like an eyeshadow brush, and just blend this down. Very soft, very easy. Now, if you're not into contouring, you can completely skip this step. And then I'm gonna go back with my beauty blender, and now I'm going to blend out the highlighted part. And now I'm gonna go ahead and tap the corners and blend that as well. Beautiful and seamless. Okay, now let's move on. Now, because we are ladies of a certain age, remember, we are not using powder. No, we're using powder, but we're gonna use more of a pressed powder than a loose powder. And the powder I'm using is the Sephora Micro Smooth Pressed Powder. And I'm going to still use that setting brush that I used to apply, because we now need to set all of this cream that we've applied. So I'm just tapping it in, tap off any excess, and I'm starting with underneath the eye first. Just tapping it. Going back in with my powder, tapping off excess. And you can just begin to see how flawless and beautiful and soft and airbrush that looks. And then forehead, every place that I highlighted, that's where we're gonna put a little powder to set. Here and here. To set the rest of the face, I'm gonna use the same powder by Sephora, but the color is called Toffee. And I'm just using a larger powder brush, tapping off any excess, and I'm just tapping it all over. For every area that I did not set yet. And literally, I want you to tap it, because I don't want you to move anything. And as you can see, that color warms up really nicely. Okay. All right. Now, I think that's enough. I don't think I need any extra contour, anything like that. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do our brows, okay? I'm gonna use my favorite product that I always use. It's by Maybelline. It's called Super Lock for the brow. And I'm just gonna brush them up the way that they grow. Very natural, very organic brow. And then I like to just take my finger and just kind of smooth it in that direction. And then with any extra powder I have left on this brush, I'm just gonna tap it on top because I want that skin to be nice and dry as I go in with my pencil to finish off my brow. And the pencil I'm gonna use is Benefit Precisely My Brow, number 3.75. And again, I love it because it has a fine tip. And again, I always start at the bottom. I'm gonna come in a little bit closer. Oh wow, I did not do a good job getting off some prior glue, but it's okay, girl. So starting at the bottom, taking it out. And then I'm just brushing it in the direction, filling in the rest in the way that it's growing. Real sculpted brow, guys, that's not in no more. That's not in right now, okay? However, this is your face. You do whatever you want to do, but if you just take a look in the magazines and how the girls are wearing their makeup, they not, we not doing all of that. We're just doing real pretty and natural, okay? Do the other side, which works for me, because child, all of that other stuff take work. Unless you need to do it. This is so much easier. I'm just filling it in on the end, brushing the hair-like strokes in the direction in which my brow grows. Sometimes you got to stop and look and see before you continue. What more do you need to do? Y'all, this 3.75, this is good. This is good. If you're darker than me, then you could do 4.5. But if you're anywhere with my skin tone or even a little lighter, this is really good. This 3.75. Now, if I say so myself, my brows look real good. They look real good. Okay, moving on. I'm going to take a little bit of the Born This Way concealer. Then I'm going to take it underneath my brow. Putting a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take, no, we're not doing that brush. We're going to do this one. This is an old brush. It's called a Cream Eye Detail brush. That was by Laura Mercier. And I'm going to go back and forth on each side of the brush. And I'm just going to take it underneath my brow just to give it a cleaner look. And then I'm going to bring it down so that I don't have a strong line of demarcation underneath there. Do the other side. I'm going to get in a little closer so that I can get it as close as I can. And then I'm bringing it down some. Okay, then I'm simply going to just take my finger and pat it and blend it out. Pat as you get closer up underneath the brow because you don't want to move what you've applied. Then I'm taking whatever's left on the back of my hand, using my finger, and taking it all over my bottom lid. Talking about not wasting any product. And then that same brush, I just want you to tap it on top. Not dipping back into any extra powder. There's still plenty of powder left in this brush. Beautiful. Okay, Now, let's get into the blush, the fun part. So I am so into this, the new Juvia's Place cream blushes. The one I'm using is called Pinch Me. And literally, guys, look how beautiful that is. So I'm just gonna take a regular blush brush, tapping it into the cream, y'all. Just tapping it, smile, and just tap it. And I am finding, let me tell you why I like this, because it is giving me that glow. It is still giving me that glow that I'm looking for. And you see, it didn't take a whole lot, right? So once you tap it, you obviously have the cream on one side. Take the other side of the brush that's clean and just begin to blend it up. Y'all see how pretty that is? Like, I am in love with this cream blush. Oh, talk about springtime. I'm flipping it over, getting a little bit more cream that's left on the brush. Flipping it back over. Ah, so pretty. So pretty. And do you see the glow? Look. Do you see the glow? Yes. Oh, I love it. Love, love, love. We're going to take the same blush, y'all. Same blush. And we're going to take a brush like this, like a blending brush. This one is by MAC. We're going to also tap it into it, and go on our lid. Really soft and pretty. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know y'all like, what? On your lid, girl? Yes. Yes, ma'am. Talk about spring pretty. Just like that, just like that. Okay, and then you're gonna do what I always like to do. I didn't use a bronzer this time. So I'm gonna use this palette here, Zulu by Juvia's Place. And I'm gonna use this brown and a little bit of this pink. So I'm gonna use a little bit of the brown with the same brush. And I'm just gonna go in my crease with it. Just blending where that cream ends so that it's seamless. Other side. Ooh, that is so cute. So cute. And then I'm gonna take this pink, just with my finger, and tap it right on top. Just to keep that pink in place, keep it from creasing, and just to add a little bit more pop. So y'all bye. Y'all ain't ready for spring. You are not ready for spring. So now I'm gonna take my brush that I use underneath my eye and just blend that down into the blush. So like that. Oh my God, I love. And now I'm gonna use, I'm not even gonna use liner. I'm not gonna use liner on top. We're just gonna do a nice, pretty lash. The lash I'm gonna use today is by Ardell. This whole pack here, now I'm not gonna use a whole pack, but the double up is what I'm gonna use by Ardell. And I will come back once I get the lash on. Girl. Okay, so got my lashes on. And now I'm gonna use a little bit of liner underneath. I love this Urban Decay 24/7 Whiskey eyeliner. I'm gonna use that right underneath. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of mascara. This is a sample that I got by Lancome. Idol Lash by Lancome. Perfect really for travel. I remember someone asked me in my other makeup tutorials, how do you apply bottom mascara to bottom lashes? Most people are trying to apply like that, which is why you end up getting it on your bottom lash line. Hold that chin down and then apply. That is what's going to make it so much easier. Love. Y'all, I am loving how this look is coming. Now on to the final 2 steps, which is a little bit of highlighter, just a little bit, and the lips. The highlighter that I'm going to use is going to be by this True Complexion contour palette by Black Radiance, the light to medium. And I'm going to be using just the highlighter here. Just a little bit down the center of the nose and right on the tip of the nose. And then I'm gonna just dust a little bit right on my cheek. Just like that. Look. And then you guys know I always like to go back with my beauty blender. Oh, I love it. So you guys know that I am, if you don't know now, you're completely in love with this lipstick, lip balm. I don't know, but y'all, it's by Fenty. It's part of her new lip color collection. This one is called Flamingo Fling. Oh. These lipsticks, they just be taking me out, y'all. How gorgeous. Y'all see the shimmer in that? Oh, like, that's cute without even the liner. But y'all know I'm gonna do a little liner, but that's cute even without the liner. Oh my God. And I'm gonna do lip liner by X simply called Brown. May have to go, let's see. That is perfect. Y'all, I can't do no more. I can't do any more. It's time to take this hair down, and it's time to bring this whole look together. But we got to do one more thing. We got to set this whole face, baby. We got to set it because, girl, like, how about it's cute even with the scarf? It's cute with the scarf. Let's take the hair down. Y'all, before I take this hair down, can I just give another shout out to Juvia's Place? Can I just get another shout out? Because this right here, this even too could be used on the lips. Like, it would be gorgeous. I love them both. I love it both. Oh my God. So, okay, anyway, let's get to this hair, okay? Now that we got our spring look on the face, let me show you guys what is going on with this new transitional hair. So, this is how I wrap it at night, taking it down. Oh, feels so good to see this look come all together. Girl, bye. Girl, come on. Come on. That is cute. If that is not summer time, I've skipped spring. I went straight to summer. Straight to summer. Do you hear me? Mm. Like I love. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I hope you guys love it too. I think it's a good transition into what I think I want to do. So she simply just lightened my bangs for me because that's where the most of my gray was, and she just brought it down, and I just think it's a great look. But I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I think I would like, now that my hair is down, now that I see the whole look, I think I would like to go a little lighter on the lip, a little bit cool. This is already cool, but I want to do a little softer, a little bit more springtime, girl. So I'm pulling out. I'm gonna make an adjustment. I'm gonna pull out this NYX Fortune Cookie, like still my all-time favorite, and put this here. Let's see. Sometimes, sometimes, after you put it all together, you see, okay, let me make an adjustment. And yeah, this is it. That's it. That's the look, y'all. That is the look. So thank you guys so much for joining me in this spring makeover with using softer pinks and creams and shimmers. I mean, it's just in time, you guys. I'm so excited that this season is finally here. So the question is, did you feel like this was effortless? Did you feel like, like if I really recap, we just did foundation, concealer, little contour, powder. We did brows. You would normally do brows. Then we did the blush, the cream blush. Then we put a little cream blush on the eyelid. Then we went in with a little brown in the crease. We used our finger, gave a little shimmer on the lid, and I did a little lighter here in the corner. And then we did the lip, and then we set everything, right? I did set, right? Girl, I can't even remember. It don't matter because I'm home anyway. But that would be the last thing you would do. And we popped on lashes, which, as you know, that is totally up to you. I know mine were a little extra fluffy today or extra long, but literally that's the look. So would you do it? What would you do? What would you do more of? What would you do less of? Give me your feedback. I love it. And please let me know, what other type of looks would you like to see? I've got a whole list of things that you guys have already given me ideas for April. And I've got some things, of course, planned up for the rest of March. But if there's anything else, I've got a little extra time on my hand. I might be able to throw in a third video as opposed to my 2 a week. So please let me know. In any case, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.